It's hard not to be compelled by the surprise military reunion. It tugs at the heartstrings, you know? The mom or dad in uniform is coming home from deployment and they walk onto the basketball court, or they walk into their kid's elementary school, or they surprise their wife at work, or, you know, whatever. Oh, man. Gets me every time. We've all shed a tear or two over it. I have. I've watched like the best of compilations, just sobbing into my ice cream like I fantasized as a young airman about what that scene would look like when I returned from deployment. Would I get to have that moment? What if I told you that they absolutely needed to stop, that these military reunions, overarchingly, are a huge problem? What if I told you that the Department of Defense pays to put on the spectacle? If that isn't a red flag, I don't know what is. The whole idea of these videos, these public displays of reunion, fetishizes this, if that's a word, this visceral, emotional relief felt by these family members who have stressed, lost sleep, worried, cried, held down the fort, experienced hardships while their loved one was deployed. It romanticizes the deployment, which is the hardest thing for the family, especially when you get kids involved in it. It's hard not to get choked up. You know, you see the video, the kids in elementary school, and they don't know why there's TV cameras in there. They didn't put two and two together, but then mom or dad walks in and they cry and they hug, put it on the news, and everybody, I mean, it's hard. I get choked up. My question is, how much heartache preceded that moment? How much hardship and sadness and worry and doubt and fear preceded that moment for the whole family, and none of that can be undone. Certainly not by one beautiful moment. And what condition is the service member in? What are they battling with still? In what condition have they been returned to their family? Will they receive the support that they need? Or will they just be put on TV and then brushed to the side and forgotten about? What happens for the next deployment? What about the kid whose mom or dad is also deployed, sitting next to the kid who's experiencing the reunion that's on TV, whose folks haven't returned with an early surprise or haven't returned at all? These are potentially beautiful moments, but they should be personal, exclusive, because there's so much more that goes into that process than just that one moment. And it gives the public, it gives society a very distorted view through a very thin pinprick in a much bigger picture. Here's what drives me absolutely up a wall. The kids who are staging reunion videos after finishing basic or technical training. Stateside. Dude, your family knows when you're going to be done. They got a graduation notice. You weren't in Afghanistan, you were in San Antonio, getting 3 square meals a day. You want this staged, attention-seeking nonsense? At least earn it first. Sometimes these young folks pine over the experience. Like I said, it's been fetishized, it's been glamorized. And so they see that, and they say, oh man, if I joined the military, I could have that moment. I could have that tearful reunion. And they don't consider all of the things that made the reunion tearful. They don't think about that. This is a valuable recruiting tool for the Department of Defense. They pay for that time because they know that everybody in the audience is going to high five, they're going to shed a tear, and they're going to wave flags around, and they're not going to think about any of the other stuff. It gives everyone in the audience warm fuzzies, and it makes them think that they've done their part to support military families. Where were they the last 9 months when their neighbor was holding down the fort while their spouse was deployed? And is all the support done now? They did their part. They shed a tear, they clapped. Are they done? Is that their support of the military? All the good feeling with no commitment. It's true. Politicians use it too. They'll stage a military reunion to try to show that they support the military, they support military families. It's all theater. People, they love those warm fuzzies. But actually supporting people in need doesn't always give you warm fuzzies. It's actually hard. It takes effort. But I suppose it's just easier to watch the videos, right? There's no shame in saying that you're a sucker for those videos, because I could still watch one right now and still get hit in the feels. The problem is everything that accompanies it that we are not talking about.